रघुपति पद परम प्रेम, रघुपति पद परम प्रेम, तुलसी अचल नेम, तुलसी अचल नेम, देवी हो प्रसन्न पाति काम, देवी हो प्रसन्न पाति काम, प्रणत पाहि प्रार्थि काम, पनि सा गम प गम पनि सा सा ग नि नि प गम रे सा। जय जय जग जननी देवी, सुर नर मुनि असुर सेवी, भक्ति मुक्ति दायिनी मां, भयारण कालिका मां। जय जय जग जननी देवी, जय जय जग जननी देवी, जय जय जग जननी you, Pandit Udai Mazumdar.
Namaste.
Thank you, Namrata Rai. Beautiful, impressive performance, and a chance to meet the core and the energy of Indian classical music and dance. Allowed me, Udai, to start by quoting a master. It is a matter of great pride to see that the students are doing good and to perform and to share the stage with them. Those were your words, and we may learn from looking to the relation between you, the master, and the student, the disciple. Shall we start, please, Udai, by presenting your students?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Lovely meeting you, Matei. It's an honor, as I just saw that you have such great interviews happening here, and for me, of course, as I said yesterday on the stage, that's the custom or the tradition we have. Like, you just don't give a feast in your university and you get certain hours of your master, of the teacher, to learn music or whatever it may be. We have a tradition of parents bringing the students and leaving them with the teacher for 10 years, 15 years, and then you live with the teacher and learn not only the music but the way of living of an artist, how to live, how to wake up in the morning, what you do, and when you go to sleep, how you practice, when you practice, how you talk, how you interact with people, how rude you are with people or how friendly you are with people, you know. And for those years, then it becomes like the students become like your children. And obviously when your students finally do well, then you feel always beautiful. And I'm very happy that with me today I have Namrata Rai, who's a very successful dancer today, a Kathak dancer. And we have Bhaskar Das, a very beautiful and energetic flautist, bansuri player, and also Rupesh Pathak. He's a brilliant vocalist, and his speciality, of course, is he has a very big range in his voice. He can go to very high octaves, and I feel very happy. And I saw the people were very happy with them, so a teacher can't ask for more. That's the ultimate gift a teacher can get.
Yesterday on stage, I witnessed Namrata asking for your blessing in order to perform, to bless, to feel, to be blessed by the master. What a chance to feel in yourself that is okay, that the master looking to you observe that you are okay, you have no reasons to criticize yourself, to hate yourself, to consider I'm not well, okay, I will be, but I'm not. I think the self-held hatred is the core of the conflict in our world, isn't it, Udai?
Well, today it's a very difficult time. It's a very difficult, it's not actually hate, Matei. We have got so much of information, so much of information from every nook and corner you see, and there's something being fed to you. So somewhere along the line, you lose the art of listening to yourself. So one, I guess, should just take time sometimes, you know, put your phone on aeroplane mode or just switch it off, switch off the television, radio and everything. Just be in silence. Listen to yourself. And I don't think there is anybody who hates himself. Everybody loves themselves. You just have to listen to yourself.
So when you consider you hate yourself, it's only that you have not put the phone on airplane mode, and
that's
you
a
are
superficiality. It's
yeah,
like
yes.
it's like these packages we get in the supermarket today. You know, to buy 4 eggs, you have this big pack. Most of it you have to throw at home, and then finally the egg comes out. Even the shell of the egg you throw, and what comes on your plate is such a small thing. So that small thing you don't want to look at. You just see the whole package. So this hating what you're saying is just a superficiality. At the end, everybody loves themselves, I think. Everybody.
Shall we come to Indian classical music and to the philosophy of it? You said that each sound has to be listened and personalized, and please explain us.
Like we spoke before, that I mean, I'm a very open-minded person, and I love all kind of different music, different food, different people. So I do also love Western classical music very much, and one of my favorite composers is Mahler, Mozart, Bach, Beethoven. I love Bela Bartok a lot.
Bartok.
Yes. And right now the music you were playing on your title program, the rhythm is like it's called this very famous piece, Bolero.
Yes.
And it has the same kind of tempo. Ta 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 ta. So I love this music, and what I admire about the music here of Western classical music, that the height of orchestration that they have reached, you have reached, you know, you can play so many notes together without disturbing each other, so many layers of music, melodies can be played at. Unlikely what we do, what we are trained to do, is to celebrate, enjoy the glory of each and every single note, make them alive, and you can say, okay, this is Namrata, this is Matei, this is Uday. You know, we are not lost in the crowd. Everybody gets alive. And that's just the virtue of enjoying that peace, the serenity, you know, and celebrating, you know, celebrating Namrata. She's here, you know. So let's today celebrate her. Or Bhaskar Das is here, let's celebrate him. Not all together. So that's what we do in Indian classical music.
We've got lost in the crowd.
Try
Usually.
not to. Try not to.
Try not.
We are coming from India, please remember, and we are a country of billion and more. So we try not to get lost.
Not to get lost.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to learn and to remember each day this. If I can personalize a sound, this is the sound of my life. This is myself, to be able to listen, so to celebrate Namrita and to celebrate Pandit Udai. This means that you are a mirror of myself. I may see better myself in you, the beauty.
Sometimes we do that, we take support of something. It's like praying at the altar. You could easily pray also in your bathroom if you wish. But we need something, a place where we can discipline ourselves. That's why we need an altar. We go in front of the altar and immediately we feel something. It's inside us actually. We give us that feeling that, okay, now behave yourself, you know, you're not in a bar, you're in front of an altar. So you better meditate, close your eyes, get into yourself. So it's us who is doing all this thing. And we were talking about our music. Our music is somehow taught in the same way. Our music is not religious, but very spiritual. And
there's a difference between religious and spiritual.
Very different, yes. It's very spiritual. It's like you love, you respect your parents. You love, you respect your instrument also. That was one of the biggest shock my teacher, Pandit Ravi Shankar, got when he came to the West and he saw Jimi Hendrix breaking his guitar, putting it onto the fire, you know, and here we come from India, who are maybe even sleeping with our instrument. You know, it's like our baby. We can never even imagine of putting it down even, forget about breaking it. But that's the relation we have with it. It's part of us. Like you cannot never imagine to burn your hand. We cannot imagine to burn my tabla or, you know, burn her ghungroos. So that's the relation. And when we start doing it, we think about our teacher, about our parents, about life in general. That's why it's very spiritual. And we get into it, and then we are in a different world. That's why it's a very spiritual music.
The instrument is ourself.
Instrument is part of our body.
Going further, we are interconnected.
Absolutely.
We are one. Namrita, you are here near your master. How does it feel to travel in the world, having your father? It's a father-daughter relation in a way.
It's a father figure, yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, like on behalf of everybody, you know, my Guru Bhai Bahens, like we are honored, we are blessed to have Maestro as our Guru, and as Guruji told that each day, every day, we practice living, how to live, and of course, till today, I feel that I'm just a child. I keep on learning. As yesterday you noticed that I took a blessing, and it was that I'm sure, you know, in front of your gurus, in front of your maestros, you can't reach their level. I'm sure I have to learn a lot. I'll do certain mistakes, I'm sure, but we try to do better, because every day what we have learned from him is it's like an examination always, you know, to perform with your guru, with your maestro in front of, you know, sharing a stage. It is difficult.
But what kind of examination? Usually the students are scared, are in a stress mode in a way, and this block their creativity, their way of being natural.
No, it doesn't come. The blockage doesn't come. It's like, you know, in India, it's like a permission also, that on stage we will be an artist, you know, so we are free to explore, we are free to improvise. Then during that time, that's why we take a blessing. It's a kind of permission also, that maybe we will be improvising, and you know, so being guru, it is like what we'll say to
that you don't dare to, when your teacher is there, you don't dare to improvise or something, and even if you do, then you always take a permission, that please excuse me, I am doing. Like what happens, it's like, as I said, you just observe the teacher. We don't have the system of telling your teacher that, teacher, I feel like this today. You don't do this in our system. Even though the relation, as I said, it's very free, we are also like friends, and but when it comes on learning, then you take that thing that, okay, this man is doing it for such a long time, so instead of giving my opinions, let's just learn his experiences. My thing I can keep doing afterwards, or she can teach her students. But here I am to learn from this person, so let me learn. But on the stage when we are performing, then she's giving her opinions by performing. And by doing that, she takes a permission that.
So are there any explicit limits that you as a maestro, a teacher, are putting to your students?
No, we don't give limits, absolutely not. It's just humility that she has. I have not given any foundation to her. She feels like this, maybe Bhaskar feels different way. Maybe you feel differently towards your teacher. You know, everybody is different. So teacher never says that don't you dare to improvise in front of me. It's just person to person how the other person feels. There are some students who give too much opinions, and teachers, they listen and they try to answer back, you know, or clear their confusions. And there are some students who just sit and absorb.
Yeah. I was imagining a classroom with young children and the teacher. And the children are noisy. And usually the teacher said, be silent. So an explicit limit. But listening to you, I was imagining the relation with your students, with Pascal, with Rupesh, with Namrata, and of course they are not children, noisy children, but still they are learning implicitly from what you are, from your presence, from your energy. So this is the kind of learning, being 24 hours.
Absorbing.
So absorbing from your being, your total being.
If you can.
If you can.
If you can. Not that everybody can absorb also.
Okay.
You know? There are very strong personalities.
Yes.
Who just, I mean, as I said, there are no limits, there are not rules written, you know. It's not an university where rules are written that you must behave like this, you must put on your uniform. Yeah. Every student I get, it's a different person. And it's up to him then how he behaves or what he takes from me. I don't tell that you must take my vest and my pant and my shoe style. No, it's up to you. What you want to take.
Guru is like an open book actually, you know. So the students, each and every student with their own interests, they read and they absorb accordingly.
You can decide
so
the page
Guru
you like.
gives, you know, open-hearted, they give, and it's, you take it, you receive it.
In fact, in other terms, a kind of non-directive and creative relation.
Only that way you can let a person be himself or herself. If you direct, then you're changing a personality, you are killing a personality. So you are just there, let the student come and let him decide what he wants to learn from me. You know?
Yes.
Maybe I'm a human being after all, you know, I'm not a god. I'm just a human being and they like my music, so they come to me. So I cannot just tell them how to live. It's up to them.
And it's not also like, you know, the Guru tells you to imitate him or her. It's, yeah, that's what, you know, indirect.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Because as a human being, I'm sure I have lots of mistakes. And I would like my students to learn from that also, not to do those mistakes in life. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm a simple human being. They decided to make me a teacher. I'm not born teacher. So I'm a human being. I'm bound to make mistakes. I'm not a saint. And I just wish that my students learn from that also. That, okay, this I should never do. That is also one thing you learn.
It is interesting in the West, the relation between pupil and student and teacher is limited to some hours a day or something.
Yeah.
Going further, psychotherapeutic relation in psychoanalysis, for example, is limited to 1 hour a day, not continuous. In the system, in the tradition, in the Indian system, it's totally different. And I was thinking about the differences. So when you live actually 24 hours a day with your student, you are vulnerable. The students can see you in your real life, your real, authentic.
Absolutely.
When you get angry, for example, or if you joke, how do you eat, how do you wash, and so on. In the West, I never know the real person, only the mask of himself. And I think this is a core of the differences.
The whole thing is about way of life, Matei. You see, it's you see language builds a character.
Language builds a character.
Language builds the character. You know, if you go to Germany,
Yes.
they speak German, they have certain character because of the language.
Yeah.
If you go to Italy,
Yes,
they are singing all the time, you know, they're come stai, come va, ma che fai.
Yes.
So that makes the character. In India, you go, "Are kaise ho bhaiya, sab theek thak na?" That immediately opens you. "Bhaiya, sab theek hai? Namaste." So that builds a character.
Yeah.
So similarly, it's the way our music, from where it comes, it's the way we don't have this too much of privacy, so-called privacy that you have in the West. Everybody needs their privacy. We don't believe in that. We live together. So teacher is not bothered by this 6-7 students who are 24 hours on their head.
Yes.
Teacher doesn't get bothered. He doesn't need his privacy.
Yes.
When he needs his privacy, he's practicing himself. Teacher sees, the students see that, okay, master is in himself. Let's not disturb him. You get your privacy by yourself. But we don't believe in that,
Yes.
no, I need my 1 hour every day in my room. I don't want to see her face anymore for that 1 hour. It's not like that.
Udai, you present a remarkable anthropological perspective now, and allowed me to offer from For You Publishing House a book, a Romanian book. It's about being dependent on the spirit. I think it's connected with our discussion.
Absolutely.
And now we are ready to witness and to be nourished from the next moment of performance.
Absolutely. In the next performance, you will see the music part of it only. Like in the beginning, you saw the dance, and this next one we will be having only music recital, where we will present a beautiful raga, and then we'll continue with this interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matei.
नजरिया लग जाएगी मोर कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोर कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोर कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोरे कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोरे कान्हा कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोरे कान्हा नजरिया लग जाएगी मोरे कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी मोरे कान्हा को कोई मत देखो नजरिया যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো যদি তোরে ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে
To a raga music moment. Shall we start with this?
Yes.
What means raga, in fact?
Raga is something which colors your mind. Each raga is a personality, has a character, and when you sing or perform one raga, that's supposed to color you in its own color. So raga is one which colors your mind. Each raga, there are different kind of ragas and every raga is different in nature. Some are very serious. You know, in India we have Navarasas, the 9 sentiments of human beings.
The 9 sentiments.
The 9 sentiments. So every raga has something different to offer, you know. Like I'm meeting Matei and I'm saying, oh my God, I have to answer so many questions because he's a psychoanalyst, you know. So immediately I'm prepared for Matei. Then I meet Namrata and I know, oh, she's a dancer. So I prepare myself. So raga is like that. As soon as we announce in India that I'm going to perform Rag Bhairavi, people say, wow, ah, ha, 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 kya baat. We have not even performed and people say, wow. Or like here, I'm sure, you know, when you go to a classical concert, already the program is announced. And when you read that, oh, it's the Requiem by Mozart, and you already, wow. You just prepare yourself. So raga is something like that. It's a scale, like out of 12 notes that we have, musical notes. There are certain notes which are used, certain notes which are omitted. And so
yesterday, in the concert, you was talking about the minor harmonic.
Harmonic minor, yes.
Harmonic minor. So this is
that
an
is
example.
Rag Kirwani. That's Rag Kirwani. And no other raga will have that combination of notes. So each raga is very different from each other.
Personal.
And what we performed just now, what you saw, is Rag Mishra Khamaj. And that's in nature very romantic raga. It has lots of romance, and also what you heard is the lyrics, it says about Lord Krishna as a child, that his mother is very afraid that her son is so beautiful that he might get evil eyes by the others, because they always keep admiring him, you know. So she's requesting others not to watch him so much. Just leave him in peace.
As I'm trying not to watch so much
Namrata, yes.
in order not to have an evil eye.
Otherwise, I will have a serious word with you after this interview.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
And yes, and you offer me to drink some very renowned drink, acid drink.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Yes, Namrita. You see, your name Rai in Romania means heaven.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's very interesting how you were speaking before about language and culture and cultural context and the significance. So we have to know all this. We need here in the West privacy, but when we have privacy, we feel alone.
We don't know what to do with the privacy.
Yes, and we're lost in our loneliness. And we feel that we are not anymore belonging to a community.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that statistically speaking, the mental troubles are always related to the pathology of belonging. So this is, I think, the right way of being together, and not being scared and pushing the other one to be, you see, I need an intimacy. You have to learn.
Absolutely.
Yes. Shall we go now to the cycles of the Indian classical music? Can you explain a little bit what mean those cycles and...
Namrata?
The cycles.
The rhythmic cycles.
Oh, cycles. We have different cycles to which we call Tabla, and the rhythm, the compositions we decide for a concert that today we'll be playing in 16-beat cycle, and a cycle like we have 60 seconds in a minute. We like the same way we have a clock to perform a composition, to perform any, a tukra or a tihai, the small pieces. We choose that and we start from the one beat and we try to finish on the first beat itself, to which we call sum. So it may be 2 cycles, the composition may finish in 3 cycles, 4 cycles, but always we start with 1 and then we finish on 1.
This is kind of mathematical.
It is really mathematical.
Really mathematical. So structure, very structured.
Absolutely.
Art.
Absolutely. What is very beautiful with the music that we perform is that it is 30% fixed,
30% fixed,
and
yes.
70% improvised. So, and this 30%, to learn this 30%, it takes a lifetime to achieve that. And our improvised are very disciplined. Like there is a term in jazz music, we say going crazy. With your saxophone you go crazy. We cannot go crazy. We do go crazy, but there is a discipline inside. That okay, this is right now 16 beats rhythmic cycle going on. And once we start that, till the end of that piece, the clock is going on. And you start from 1, always have to take care that okay, I'm improvising, I'm going wild, but I should take care of where the 1 is, because it always comes 1, 1, 1, and I must finish there. Otherwise I fall at the wrong place. So it's a very disciplined way of improvising. You do lose yourself,
Yes.
but you know how to get back. That's
It's
very
a
important.
philosophy of life.
Absolutely. You're allowed to lose yourself, but know how to get back. Otherwise, you're lost. You will not be called.
To get
You will
back,
not be able to achieve anything if you don't know how to come back.
to come back to the one, to the
the one.
beginning, to the
Yes.
morning of our each and
Yes,
everyday life.
to be one. To be one. To be one with everybody. You know, with everybody. I mean, of course, time to time, every nail sticks up. You know, here I am, hello. But then learn to be one also, with everybody together.
Udai and Namrita, we are here in a meeting with classical music and dance. So shall we go further to the Kathak dance now?
Sure.
To present a little bit of this Indian national treasure.
In India, we have 8 classical dances. You know, they belong to different regions, different states, and I'm practicing Kathak. That's a North Indian classical dance, and Kathak literally means storytelling. You know, in India we have mythologies and all. So initially the Kathakars, the storytellers, were, you know, reciting the stories from the Mahabharat, from the Ramayana, the Purans. We have different small stories, Purans and all. So this was initially was done in temples, and slowly it went the journey, and it has changed a lot and it has grown a lot. And the speciality of Kathak is the footwork. You must have noticed.
Yeah.
Our feet are like percussion instrument, you know. So the sound what we hear on tabla or other percussion instruments, we try to produce the same sound. And of course, the more speciality and people recognize this art form is with the pirouettes.
The pirouettes.
The
yeah,
pirouettes.
yeah.
So in India, classical dance Kathak has a speciality, and if you see, if you even don't know, then you will see, okay, this is Kathak, you know, with the footwork, with the pirouettes, and of course the storytelling in a very simple gestures.
The storytelling. A renowned psychologist considered that if we are not able to tell our story, we already died. We are already dead people.
True.
Yeah, our stories. For example, Yulia Nalatsan choose the picture here. Yeah, of Nataraj. So here it's already a story.
She chose us also.
Yeah.
Not only Nataraj.
This is
Because of her, we are here.
another
We are
story.
here. True.
Yeah, the storytelling.
Yeah.
So you are a storyteller through your body, through the movements, but with a technique, special technique. 30% technique also?
No, it's
No?
all
It's
technique.
All technique, 100%.
And of course, with your heart and emotions, what you put out.
Each movement, it's technically very, very precise, settled. So you are not allowed yourself to innovate, to create new movements, but to relate the already learned movements in a certain way, new way.
We do learn in a certain way, but we have a liberty to express, you know, with the gestures, with the you must have noticed the first piece what we performed, the Durga, you know. So the goddess, when we are talking about goddess and goddess of power, the strength, so you know, you have special gestures to show the anger. Like you can't show anger like this, you will be like this, you know. So we have a liberty, and according to your own emotions, each and every dancer is different, every person have a different character. So, like if I look a flower, maybe I will get a different emotion. Maybe Bhaskar will see a flower, he will, you know, have a different emotion. So
feel like
that
breaking it. Some feel like breaking it, some feel like keeping it there.
You already
It just looks beautiful
Bhaskar
there.
breaking a flower.
Bhaskar is breaking flower? I don't know. We must ask Bhaskar.
So
anyway, remarkable Bansuri maestro.
He is fantastic.
Fantastic. I was looking to him how he how he personalized each sound and what spontaneously energy was flowing through his movement.
I mean, flute I think is one of the oldest instrument on our planet because it was easiest way to do, and one of them is bansuri because it's just a piece of bamboo. You make few holes, and that's it. So the amazing thing is what he does with the simple piece of wood with some holes. I mean, no other techniques actually, no strings. Even like when you tune a guitar or a sitar, you have a knob. But even the bansuri, they have to tune because sometimes with the temperature, because it's all wood, so with the temperature it fluctuates.
Yes.
But then with the control of their the blow, they must control the note, the musical note, and which is miraculous, you know, that I mean, you yourself, you said you're playing or learning the shakuhachi, but the virtuosity that they do with bamboo flute, it's amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. And Bhaskar is doing very well.
And then Rupesh, who owns, of course, another old instrument, the voice.
Yes.
So I was looking to Rupesh about his position towards the microphone. So even how he was orienting his voice and the effects of the voice, and then the glissando and all the...
Yeah, the range that he has is terrific, you know, and of course he's moving because, I mean, the higher you go, stronger your voice is, then just to change the dynamics, you know, if he shouts at the microphone, people will run away. So he just changes his position then, in order to not to shout on the microphone. And that he's doing very well, and he sang fantastic yesterday.
Yes, yes. Wow, I think we only have 4 minutes of our talk before being nourished to the final moment. In fact, in the final moment, you will perform what?
We'll be presenting the technical aspect of Kathak. As the first piece was more expressional, there we presented Durga, and now it will be pure 16-beat rhythmic cycle, and the fast tempo we will choose, and then we'll perform that.
The tempo, yes.
Faster tempo.
Faster tempo.
There are different tempos, each cycles you can perform, and this will be the fast tempo 16-beat cycle, and we'll be presenting some different rhythmical compositions.
Please, Pandit Udai Mazumdar, a final word for our viewers, maybe 1 minute. What is important in life? A thing, a thought?
Just to listen to yourself. Listen to yourself and do what your heart says. And if you're determined, there is nothing which you can't achieve. You know, sky is the limit. So just listen to yourself, and if you decide to do it, like, I mean, if you see what Juliana is doing, single-handedly with maybe few friends of hers, you know, organized such a great festival. She just maybe one day woke up, you know, she thought, I have to do it. Support or no support from people, I have to do it. I want to bring this to Romania. My brothers and sisters and friends must enjoy this music and dance. And she did it. So she must have listened to herself, and she just went for it. Not that it's her profession to organize concert, you know. Professionally, she's not an organizer. She just thought she has to do it, and she did it, and she did it marvelously, you know. If you, I mean, we saw the festival yesterday, house full crowd, and
Yes.
just listen to yourself and go for it.
She did it. You did it. You did it. And thank you
We tried
again,
our
Pandit Udai Mazumdar.
Thank you,
Thank
Matei.
you again, Namrita Rai, heaven in Romania. And thank you to Bhaskar Das, the
Absolutely.
master of Bansuri, and to Rupesh Patak for being here. Hope to meet again and to feel that from now on we belong to one family,
Absolutely.
the heart family.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.